Hey YouTube, what's up? Well, I'm out here at this big distribution center on Soi Siam Road, and I've been talking about making a video here, so I thought I would take the time and do it. It's like 8 in the morning, probably about prime time for it. I think it opens at like 4 in the morning and goes till like about 10 in the morning. So yeah, let's go take a look at it. And just a little side note, this orange pharmacy right here was in the news a couple days ago. I guess some like old falang had gone in there a couple times and like shoplifted small items, and the shop like saw him doing it but didn't like stop him, and he was like a really old guy, I guess. And then he finally came back and did it, I think for the third time, and they finally busted him and called the cops and kind of made a big story about it, which is crazy because that used to be my go-to pharmacy. It's a really nice pharmacy. It's pretty well stocked, and when we would come up to the market, if we needed something from the pharmacy, we usually go to that one. So it kind of hits home a little bit, which is crazy because I don't know what his motive was, or if he's just, I don't know, you know, it's kind of weird that you would still steal petty items like that multiple times and then get caught. It's almost like he intentionally wanted to get caught. But yeah, here's this market, and I actually don't know the real name of it. Everybody just calls it the Soi Siam Market, and it's huge. Like I said, it's like a distribution center kind of, but you can also buy like 1 carat if you want. It's not like bulk items. I mean, you can get like a deal on bulk items if you want, or you can just go buy, you know, a dozen eggs or small items too. So it's pretty big. I'm guessing it's going to be about a half-hour video. I want to kind of go down every aisle, and you can kind of see it's pretty busy. I guess I'll start down here. Actually, no, the way in is right over here, but they have pharmacies, and I think there's a hardware store down here even. Go check this in. But you can see on the edges they're selling like clothes and food and ready-made food. So let's see here. Yeah, okay, yeah, Mr. DIY, which is like a hardware store, which is actually pretty good. They're a chain store here, sell like cheap stuff, cheap tools, whatever you need. It's a good place to go. I guess your alternative would be like Home Pro, which is kind of like Home Depot. It's almost like a clone of Home Depot, to be honest. But yeah, let's head in. You got to be kind of careful because sometimes there's trucks and motorbikes coming through here. Like, yeah, here's a motorbike with a bunch of products. But just look at this, the ceiling. It's huge. This place is huge. And it's just, everywhere you look is like fresh food. It's probably like the best market, to be honest, in Pattaya, if you're looking for like fresh stuff. And I think everything literally comes through this market. So all the restaurants and smaller markets are buying their stuff bulk here. Although I do see a lot of macro, which is kind of like a Costco over here, except there's no membership. But there's a place called Macro, and it's more of like a traditional American style, like Costco. They sell bulk stuff, and I do see a lot of restaurants using them for delivery and stocking up their restaurant. But I think most of the stuff, like the authentic Thai restaurants, are all using this place. So yeah, I'm gonna try to walk down every aisle, and they have random stores in here too that sell like here's one. They sell eggs and bags, and you can get like everything here. And it's hustling and bustling at 8 in the morning, and look how busy it is. I mean, it's pretty, people are out and about. They got all the seafood here. There's probably 20 or 30 seafood vendors. can get crabs. Pork. Tons of chicken, tons of seafood, tons of pork. There's some beef vendors. I guess beef would probably be the least thing they have here, but they have, they still have it here. And everything is so cheap out here. Like I said, this is on the dark side, way out in Soi Siam Country Club Road. So you're about 7 kilometers probably from central Pattaya. So it's kind of out in the sticks, if you want to call it that, but it's worth it. It's worth it to come out here. Let's go down this way. But you can kind of see it's like redundant too. I don't even know like how people pick which vendor you want to use. I kind of have some vendors that I preferred, and I guess that's what most people do. They just find somebody that's nice or that's helped them out or whatever, and then they just stick to them, or I don't know, shop around and see what else. But it must be so competitive because, like I said, it's so cheap and people are, you know, selling basically the same stuff over and over. And here's some beef right here. And that's usually the guy I would get the beef from too. Now I get the beef at this place that's kind of close here. They have like frozen beef, but it's really good, like New Zealand beef. But it's frozen, so there's that. But it's still, it's really cheap, and it's like authentic style American, I guess. Thicker cuts. But yeah, very interesting. I really enjoy coming down here just to like people watch and see what's going on. It's like I said, it's like big business. People are like, here's a spot like a truck will pull up. You can kind of see they're selling bulk stuff. So a truck will pull up back here and just start loading, you know, large amounts of stuff. Tons of shrimp. You can get the big ones for like 300, 280. The best place to get shrimp, to be honest, and seafood. There's the Nakula seafood market, but it's more, they have a lot of seafood there. It's pretty much all seafood. But it's kind of like a tourist trap in a way because it's known as like a spectacle kind of, so the prices are kind of higher, but at the same time, like, they have a lot of more exotic seafood that you probably can't find here that you can find up there. But like I said, it's a little more expensive. This is like, you're gonna get your typical just regular shrimp, and let's go down this other. But yeah, you got like stores like this that are selling like all the cooking supplies and bags, and this is like the all-in-one where if you haven't been in the Nakula fish market, I'll make a video. I think I have a video on my YouTube channel of that one, but I should probably go down there again because I haven't been up there in a couple years, to be honest. It might have changed a lot. But that's a cool market just for what it is. But yeah, it's like a lot of tourists checking it out. And this market is way more authentic. I mean, you can see it's like 98% Thai people here. You don't see many Falangs here. Although you do, there's a healthy Falang population on the dark side. But not nearly as much as like Central Pattaya. Just everything. Carrots, onions. Like I said, there's guys selling bulk stuff, but you can also just buy 1 carrot if you want. You don't have to buy a big bag of it. But it is cool, man. Like, there's nothing like this in America. I mean, you have farmers markets and stuff, but these Thai markets are pretty common. I mean, this one's huge, but uh, you know, you can find Thai markets in every city, and they're all basically like farmers markets, which is, you know, let's keep big corporations out of it and keep the farmers, you know, selling stuff directly to the consumer. I think that's the way to do it. You know, they get most of the profits. You don't have to worry about like processing and how long the food's been in Walmart or wherever. Like, this is all stuff coming right out of the fields. And what is this, beef and chicken? They have just big hunks of meat. Sometimes you don't even know like what it is. They just cut like a big old hunk of meat off. And it's, a lot of it's like really tough. You know, it's probably good for stews and soups, but if you're like trying to cook a steak with it, it's kind of like eating rubber, or some of it can be. You buy like a huge chunk of steak and or beef, and you're like, oh, look at this, I got so much. It's like, you know, $3, but then when you go home to eat it and like cook a steak out of it, you're like, whoa, this is super like tough. Still is good though. Like, we do cook like soups with it, or just like slow cook some of it. And you just got to know how to cook with it, I guess. Corn and zucchinis, which is crazy. Like, I don't know where like zucchinis, if they grow that here, if that's imported. I think some of this stuff might actually be like Chinese imported, some of the bigger stuff. But yeah, it's hustling and bustling, man. You got some pig's heads. I do miss it. Like I said in the other video, I lived like a kilometer from this market, so we were up here like 3 times a week. And now it's like a 15-minute drive to get out here. And, you know, so 30 minutes round trip. It just, but I still come out here like once a week. But hey, look at it. I mean, you can get all types of fish and shrimp and squid. Got one on the floor. This guy's cutting up a bunch. It is exciting. I really enjoy it. Like, even I've been here 4 years now. It is something new every time, man. Like, a lot of this stuff is still just so foreign to me. It's like, wow, like, look at all this stuff. And like I said, like, the volume coming through here, you know, I mean, there's probably 1,000 people up here right now if I had to take just a ballpark guess. And there's so many shops that are just selling the same stuff, but they go through it, you know. I've never bought anything like old here, really. Like, it's all, there's so much volume coming through here, it's just gone. So like, most of the stuff is super fresh, and if you get out to like some of the smaller markets, you have to be kind of careful, or like look what you're buying, because you don't know like how long it sat there. A lot of the times, if you're buying seafood, the ice will be like melted, and the shrimp are in just like a pool of like lukewarm water, and you're like, I don't want to buy that. But like out here, it's like all iced up, everything's super fresh. Like, if you go through all these vegetables, you can tell they're just by looking at them right now, everything is like really, really fresh. And there's just like a good smell in the air. Some of the other markets you go to, like, they do have kind of a off-putting smell a little bit, but this market is like, it's like a smell of like freshness. It's like everything's fresh here. I can just smell it in the air. And yeah, just more bulk items, like tons of papaya over there, bundled up. There's more papaya right there, all bundled up. You get a 6-pack if you want. You can buy some jerseys. Hey, I have that Jordan jersey right there. I have that exact one. Which is kind of funny. You start going to these markets, you see the same clothes over and over too. But look, you can get these, you know, bowls. Those bowls are probably 10 baht each. You can buy like 10 of them for like probably 100 baht. And then they have all types of cooking and, you know, just everything here. I always kind of do too, because like sometimes I would buy stuff like on, this is like the main row coming in, but I always did like to like kind of get off the beaten path and like one of the smaller aisles and give some of the like other vendors some business. So I had a couple vendors here that I would use every time, but now it seems like if I'm coming just once a week, I kind of go to a new vendor every time. Here's that shop again. You can buy some toys if you want. Fresh fruit, watermelons, bananas, pineapple. Almost wondered like how much these vendors pay to like have a spot here, you know, like can't be too much. I mean, most you can rent like a store here for like 10,000 baht a month, like on a main road. So I imagine these are like a couple thousand baht a month maybe to open up a shop here. And it does look like there's plenty of spots available. Like some of these side areas, there was stalls open, and even that one we just walked down, there was some availability. But yeah, up towards the front you have like the pre-cooked meals, people cooking stuff. It's like honest work too, right? Like people grinding away at corporate jobs and like working for big ass corporations. These people are like humble people doing like legit work, you know, like they're feeding people, and it's all like grassroots, you know, right out of the field. It kind of makes you happy just to see like there's still stuff like this available. And then we're at the start. And yeah, this front area is kind of, you know, like I said, the pre-cooked meals. It's almost like a regular market. You can buy phone cases and underwear, children's clothes. Lottery's coming up. Lottery's twice a month here. And everybody's selling lotteries. Alright, let's walk down this way and just see what's going on. It's already pretty hot. It's been raining like crazy, but man, the last 2 days it's been like pretty humid. Not only hot, just like humid. You can kind of tell by the clouds in the air too, and they're like those cumulus clouds. It gets pretty humid, and like I said, it's like 8 in the morning and I'm already like breaking a sweat. It's probably like 85 degrees right now already. And last night in the afternoon, we were mid 90s, I think. It was super hot. But it's been dropping rain like crazy. We've been getting inches and inches of rain like every day. All right, let's walk down this way and then I'll turn around and walk back one more time. Here's a big like rice dealer. Buy big bags of rice or just like a couple handfuls. There's so many brands of rice too. Like, try different brands. I don't know what the best brand is. I'm always asking people like, what rice do you use? Well, everybody uses like different rice. But there's like 50 rice brands, you know? There's people coming and going. Gotta be kind of, like I said, kind of careful. I'm kind of distracted with the camera, so I don't want to get like clipped by a motorbike. But yeah, even down this way, I mean, there's all these shops everywhere. Didn't even realize people park over here, because sometimes the front's like all jammed up with parking, and should have realized like you can just park over here too. Never really thought that through though. And I also didn't know there was a toilet right there. That's good to know. So we learned something just walking around here. Okay. Guess I'll walk in one more time. Yeah, this is about it. There's still tons of shops. Like, it seems like these shops along here are like selling more all around supplies rather than like specialized stuff. And then that right there, I don't know, you can see that condo at the end. That's CNC condo, and those are super cheap condos, and you can get a condo there for like, I swear, like 5,000 baht. I mean, they're luxury condos. They're pretty small, but you're right next to this awesome market. I thought about living there, but I checked out a room. It was small, but super cheap. I mean, 5,000 baht, you know, that's 150 bucks. And they have a pool and security and, you know, modern rooms, Western style condos. So just for your information, if you're looking for a cheap condo like close to like a really good market, that's the spot. Yeah. And I'm gonna stop the camera and then come back in and buy stuff. I always feel kind of awkward like having a camera on somebody and like trying to get them to, a lot of this stuff is self-serve, so you have to like pick it up and like scoop it into a basket and then tell it, you know, I want to buy this. But when I'm holding the camera, it's like hard to do that. So and it's like awkward. Most people don't want to have a camera in their face, you know, although it does make for an interesting video. But it's kind of one of those things you might want to talk to them before you do it. In these latest videos, I just like to keep it rolling, you know, uncut raw video. And when you're doing that style video, I don't know, I don't really want to like put somebody on the spot, you know. I already have a lot of people like looking at me because I'm holding the camera. I don't think anybody really cares, but I do notice in America, I don't know if you guys follow like the First Amendment audit videos. Have you seen any of those where it's like people go into post offices and they film everybody, and they're usually wearing like full masks and, you know, almost looking like terrorists kind of. People are like, why are you filming me? What are you filming me for? And they're like, it's my First Amendment right. And they raise this like big stink, and like, I get it, it's like First Amendment right, and I'm all for it, and like, you have the right to film in public in America, but there's also like the human side of it too, you know. And a lot of those guys are trying to make like clickbaity videos. I enjoy them just because like there's so much drama in them and people freaking out and all these public freakouts. It makes for good entertainment, but I'm not that guy. I don't want to be the guy, especially in Thailand where you're just causing a big scene with the camera, you know. Okay, so yeah, that was it. Not bad. All right. Yeah, the Soi Siam market, the big one. I wish I knew the name of it, but I'm a dumb Palan. Lived here 5 years and don't know the name of this market, but everybody knows. You just call it the Soi Siam market. They know what you're talking about. So anyways, what are we at? 26 minutes. Cool. Yeah, that's a good video. All right, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.